kind of adrenaline into the players as well.
It'll be Gasol with Shaq, who controls it. And Phoenix will have it to start the fourth. So let's see how much it changes. Marion going to Miami. Shaquille O'Neal wearing the white of the Phoenix Suns. Grant Hill. First pop of the game as he got Radmanovic completely out of position with the defensive end.
And that's, again, there's a lot of different matchups during the course of the game that are interesting, but that's very interesting because off the dribble, Grant Hill can still break you down.
Derek Fisher, the equalizer. Quick catch and shoot. As he matches up with Steve Nash.
This guy in the league, and when he gets that kind of position, you're in trouble.
Nash too wide open. And it's a 4-2 lead for Phoenix on the breakdown. Well, the Phoenix Suns coming in second of the league offensively. First in field goal percentage, almost 50% as a group. Now the mismatch. Lamar Odom imposing himself on Raja Bell and capitalizing.
Amari switched on the play. You don't want to switch on that, and that's what Raja is telling his teammate right now. Let's not switch that unless we absolutely have to.
John Ireland talked about the game. The Lakers dominated, led by 28 at the end of the third. Amari Stoudemire, a long range two. We'll give him that shot. Just inside the arc.
Because he can make that shot. He really has increased his range since he got into this league.
Guard the post. You let everybody know that. Odom up against Stoudemire. Count it goes. Yes! Stoudemire with the contact. Lamar on the attack. And the Lakers look for their first lead of the game. Against Radmanovic. Flat. And off the mark. Radmanovic directs it to Pau Gasol.
The crowd is just so amped up right now. I think the players are amped as well.
Kobe on the slip screen. Gasol fingers it home. The left hand as he switched it in midair.
Nice job by the screen and roll and use of the offhand.
Grant Hill in transition. He looks like he's rejuvenated his career here in the high-octane offense. Points of the first half. Gasol getting into the middle on the little floater and rattles it home. Boy, brought that up from the hip.
Nice job, though. That's called reading the defense again.
11-8. Space for Steve Nash, and he makes the most of it.
And that happens so often, especially when bigs, they switch out on Steve. They back up, afraid of his beating them off the dribble.
Three. Stoudemire doesn't want to defend big guys. A little bit strong.
Nice shot, though.
Yeah, good look with the left hand. Powell's pumped up. Nash pushes into the three. On the run. It's a 15-12 lead now for the Phoenix Suns as they're 1 of 2 from beyond the arc. Fish off the pick, goes back to Powell, and this time it's a soft touch for Pau Gasol. 15-14 up at the pound century by Derek Fisher.
Boy, that's the best play to make there. Of course, Dial plays better as a starter.
Now Kobe finds a crease all the way to the hole. Lakers lead 16-15. So Kobe, his first shot of the game. And a high percentage one at that.
Yeah, I don't know if you can get any higher percentage. Kobe has the ability to get that shot.
Steve Nash got into the paint. So he bounced off Fish, used the feet. His footwork was sensational.
That's probably because he is sensational.
So Steve Nash once again offensively their catalyst with 9, only 1 assist. Gasol bumped around. Radmanovic got Grant Hill out of position. What a pass. Lamar Odom on the slam. Lakers by 1.
Real nice job by Radmanovic. Fakes the shot, then goes on the dribble and makes the assist.
Nash held up. It'll be a foul before the shot on the floor, and it'll be the Suns' ball when we come back.
Well, 4:56 left to go in the first quarter, and it's been rather exciting as Steve Nash has got the hot hand for the Suns. And Kobe, well, it seems like he always has a hot hand.
It's like we saw last night. It's Boris Diaw, and it's flat again. Right back his way. So they released early, and that's too good a look for Grant Hill. Second chance points, 19-18 Phoenix.
If you're not going to really run at the shooter, then you've got to make sure you box him out.
Shaq bouncing around, denied, and puts up a brick. Fish came over to help out.
Whatever, 3 guys around him that time.
Fish is out of the wing. Lamar goes for it, and it's deflected after it hit the window, it seemed. It'll go down. 22-19.
It counts either way.
It'll be a clear out on Shaq. Powers there, lowered the shoulder, and swung it through.
Well, you know, when he turns like that, he puts that left elbow away from his body, and when he gets contact like that, that influences the official. If he keeps it down a little bit and makes that same turn, he gets contact, it's going to be a blocking foul.
And the The Lakers bring in Jordan Farmar for the first time with Sasha Vujacic. Kobe flowing right past Grant Hill, slams it home. Not a bad way to come out of the timeout. 24-19 Lakers.
I mean to tell you, he went by Grant Hill as if Grant was not allowed to play defense.
So final 3 minutes of the first 12. Farmar trying to keep up with that guy.
Well, he's perfect tonight. 5 out of 5. He's come out of the locker room real aggressive offensively. He's one or the other, but don't let him do both.
Kobe trying to get Hill out of position over Grant Hill. Kobe's 2 for 2. Tony is making 3 for 3. Only his third shot of the game. He's got 7. Lakers back up by 5, 26-21.
Got the layup against Grant Hill. They know that you really got to keep your best defender on Kobe at all times just to make it as difficult as possible.
Yeah, they get it to O'Neal. Benga. Lost side of the ball, commits the foul on the finish. And Shaq will go to the free throw line. So they're only 2 for 11 when you take away Hill and Nash. Hill and Nash are 7 for 7.
Well, inbounds play, and that's just all on Benga. You don't lose sight of the ball. You don't let a guy get a layup. But also, I got to give some blame to Sasha. If you're guarding the inbounds guy, you prevent against that play right there.
So Kobe up against Bell again. Got Bell out of position for a moment. And still, what you call a break rhythm, that wasn't easy.
That is not an easy shot to make. I'm telling you, that is not an easy shot to convert. But Kobe can make it look that way.
He's got 9. He is 4 of 4 from the field. And Barbosa got away. Farmar got lost.
And there it is. Shaquille showing he can pass the ball. And if you get beat by a step, as Farmar did, you pay the price. Be able to chase his own record just a little longer.
On the run, Barbosa. And Amari Stoudemire deflected it, but it comes out to Farmar. So it ends for Kobe with 51 consecutive. Good pass by Farmar. And it's blocked away by Stoudemire. Bang almost fell away as he tried to sweep it in with the dunk.
Well, 2 hands is the name of the game most of the time.
Barbosa left alone. It's even at 29. The Lakers went to the paint. You can't collapse against this team in the paint.
Officials are giving them the amount of time to sub.
They're trying to get Grant Hill, and they are giving him enough time.
Returns to the Suns lineup. Replacing number 32, Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq playing a little more than 4 minutes in that stretch after the first 3 minutes of the game. Now Kobe up against Bell. A lot of hand-to-hand combat when it comes to Raja Bell. Kobe sizes it up, leaves Bell, and right to the right side of the rim and wrecks it up. Kobe.
So you say your finger hurts?
A phenomenal dunk to close out the opening 12 minutes of play.
Well,
what
the
an
young man
explosion.
just sized up Raja Bell, let the clock wind down, and then said, everybody else, here I come. Up, up, and away. That's just going up against a very good defender, but I'll take a great offensive player one-on-one against a great defender every day of the week. And Kobe is just that, a very good, a very talented offensive player. We head to the second, and what a first we've had. The interior defense of the Suns.
Luke Walton out there for the first time for the Lakers. So 3 of the 5 on the floor for the Lakers from the bench. And the backdoor lob, it'll be Pau Gasol with the slam.
What a catch.
And what a play out of the timeout, those we've seen regularly from the Lakers, going to a little rub and a lob.
But the pass was, I mean, that was a high one.
He can't get away from Farmar and throws up a prayer as Kobe's got it. So good stop right away to begin the second with Nash still on the bench. It's where you need to capitalize. Kobe on the spin, leaves it off. Gasol shares it. Sasha's got it. 3-pointer. Lakers' biggest lead. They're up by 8, 37-29.
And you just have to like the way the Lakers have approached it. I mean, mentally, they have been into it from the outset.
Amari Stoudemire with a layup. Boards already, now has 6 points in 10 minutes of play. Backdoor again. Pau Gasol with the slam.
Good screen by Kobe. Very nice screen.
It's reminiscent of Denver. Those nugget lobs. Barbosa gets into the paint. Luke Walton takes it away. Grant Hill leaving it off for Amari Stoudemire. And again, trying to barge his way home. Good job by Luke Walton to tap it out. He just kept it away from Amari Stoudemire. 2-on-4. Farmer will take it anyway. He'll get it. Lakers 42-31. 2 minutes gone by.
Phoenix
what a start to the second.
I'll tell you, D'Antoni's upset that there wasn't a whistle on the last 2 possessions. He's after the officials. He has to be careful, but can't afford any more tees.
Gasol picking up his second foul.
Well, he has to be very careful now. You don't want to pick up that third.
Luke left D out, sets it up. Great look for Sasha. The machine comes through. 45-32. Yes, the machine lives large in Phoenix.
Sasha is absolutely shooting the ball as if the rim is 3 feet wide.
Lakers still sizzling at 62% when they beat this team. The second game of the year, they shot 56.5%. Grant Hill trying to elude Kobe. Jumps into Kobe and still gets it. That was an impressive play by Grant Hill.
Yeah, but it wasn't bad defense. Kobe stayed in front of him.
Luke surveying the situation. He wanted to go to Powell. They leave him alone. Can't burn him. As it hits off the heel out to Boris Diaw. Grant Hill, mid-range. That's his game.
That always has been his game.
45-36. They'd be lost right now without Grant Hill and Steve Nash. They've combined for 21 of their 36. Sasha off the pick to Powell with the left hand. Powell trying to get to it. And it goes over to Hill. They got numbers. Bell. And they have the wing available. Hill had a wide open as he gets it. Wide open Boris Diaw on the left side. So they got it anyway, but not textbook. Handoff. Boris Diaw sets up. Hill. A lot of time with the shot clock. Diaw with the size advantage on the deflection to Hill. Blowing the layup. But taps it out. They got a fresh shot clock. Stoudemire on a fall away.
That's not an easy shot he just made. He turned around and found the basket in midair.
So the Lakers after a 12-point lead at 45-32. Walmart trying to penetrate. Luke Walton for 3. Can't fall in love with the 3, guys. Low percentage. Barbosa on the move. It'll call home. Timeout Lakers. Gotta believe Phil Jackson's going to want one here. Still leading by 3. And will they? Yes. 10-0 run by Phoenix, just like that.
Well, that's what Phoenix can do for you. That's why no lead is big enough when you play against a team like the Phoenix Suns. They can push it, and they can make things happen in a hurry, especially with Amari Stoudemire making shots like that.
Radmanovich checking back at the game with Lamar Odom. So the starting 5 back on the floor as well as Derek Fisher. They wanted to go on a back door to Fish. Instead, Kobe out top. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Over Raja Bell. And Kobe, he's only missed once tonight. He gives the Lakers a 5-point lead.
There's really nothing you can do with him there, and especially if you're going to do what Roger just did. Sure, you don't want him to beat you off the dribble, but if he's got the hot hand like that, make him go to help.
Trying to get it back. It'll be Barbosa. Contested 3. Spins out. Back in is Stoudemire. And he'll pass it home with the foul.
If that's on Powell, that's number 3. So
he's got to sit down for the rest of the half.
That's where the foul that was a phantom foul comes into play.
Out of the timeout. Will the hot hand continue for the Lakers? Kobe got a beat on Bell. Set it up. Lamar wide open. Air ball. He missed it as Radmanovich stayed around. His 3. Vlade burns him. Give him a 2. A long 2 for Vlade. 49-45 points off a turnover.
Body.
That was Steve Nash's first miss. He's now 5 of 6. Inside with 5 minutes to play in the half. On the pick and roll game, it'll be Nash. Stoudemire providing the wall. 51-47 as Nash is up to 13. They've got 3 of their 5 starters in double figures. I mentioned they're one of the best in the league. In fact, 4th best in the league. But that is obviously going to take a dive. So a couple of misses. 53-50, Lakers by 3. In the half-court set, Roney over Shaq. Good-looking stroke, 55-50 as Roney's got his first point to the game. And remember when the Lakers won here, they got 67 from the bench on their way to 119-98 victory. He'll go up because he's got space. Short again to Nash. So Roney's missed and 3 misses. They have been short. Step back.
He hasn't missed.
Yeah, Steve Nash has one miss. He is now 7 of 8 for 15 points. Back to 3, 55-52.
I live here in Phoenix, so I just want to see a good game.
All right, thanks for the time, Donovan. Good to see you.
Thank you.
He's got a future as a diplomat. So thanks, Donovan McNabb. Thank you, John Ireland. Lamar out of the timeout. Elevated well, 57-52. L.O. has 13 and 3 as he's 5 of 9 for the field. That's your contest.
When he shoots the ball aggressively, he's a much better shooter. But when he shoots it as a second resort, he's obviously not as good.
I think Romy got a piece of that.
But
it's still trying to get over. Now Fish inside the arc. Derek gets it. The Lakers lead it. And back up, 59-52 by 7. Good to Roney, but it was taken away as Diaw got back into position. Mismatch there if he could back him down. A couple of guys that played on the French national side. Foto and Roney with confidence, 61-52.
Well, he can have confidence for two reasons. One, he's confident, but the second reason is he went, do your thing. You do.
So after a 3 for 14 sequence for the Lakers, and look out, it's Raja Bell in the short corner. On the hard one out, it'll go to Kobe. Fish created that. Radmanovich right back. Kobe from behind reverses it home. How sweet was that? 63-52. 10-2 run by the Lakers. Nash.
He's got himself in the air that time and had to get rid of it and chose not to shoot. That last basket, though, Kobe gives it up early. You give it up early, you're going to get it back. Good job. And then Kobe with the finish. Lakers want a little bit of a spurt here.
9 left in a very strong first half.
You got to get to Steve Nash in a hurry off after he gets the ball, because if he gets a running start.
The assignment of Derek Fisher. Edges on the screen. It'll be Barbosa. Challenge 3. Didn't make any difference. 3 seconds to play. Lamar looks up at the clock. He'll get it off in time, and it will be close. Sasha hit the deck in a collision underneath with Barbosa. Did he take an elbow from Barbosa at the end of the half?
Sasha's got to work on his acting skills a little bit, though. He didn't sell that one at all.
So the Lakers led most of the way after a very early deficit, and they go to the break up by 8 to 65. 65 already. 65-57 late. Second half. Starting 5 is out there. Radmanovich, Fisher, Odom, Kobe, along with Gasol. Little screen and roll action. Fish right back to foul. Sensational way to start the second half. Lakers by 10. 67-57. A dozen now for Gasol.
Well, occupying Shaquille in screen and roll.
Nash denied by Fish. He's been hitting the mid-range jumpers. A couple of long ones, but mostly that range. The step back from 15 feet.
Well, he's got such a beautiful stroke. I enjoy watching him play.
Run off Gasol. Lamar back out. Powell, long-range deuce. Shows a great stroke. 69-59.
Well, versatility again. I mean, the guy gets a dunk on a pick and roll, then he steps out, sets a screen and pop, knocks down the 15-footer.
So a couple of early buckets. Little step through and too easy for Steve Nash. He got away from Fish and there was no support. Get back, wide open 3. Raja Bell. Gonna pop out to Kobe. So Lakers still by 8. Suns now only 3 of 11 beyond the arc. Kobe on the roll. Attacking as Kobe's up to 22. That's his first bucket of the second half. Lakers trying to get back in transition. Stoudemire glassed it home. Just imposed himself down low.
Well, that's what they like to do. They just like to, you score on one end, and before you can even turn your head.
Microfracture surgery. Came back last year and played in all 82. Average 20 and 10. He's up to 23. And 12 so far this season. He's got the free throws, and it's down to a half dozen. 71-65. 3 minutes into the second half. Lamar waiting for Fish coming off the Kobe run. Fish over Bell. And Derek. How smooth was that one?
Again, barely moved the net. You know, they got Lamar guarded by Shaq. ISO and let him get off the dribble.
He'll go right by Shaq. And Lamar on the finger roll. 10-point lead. L.O. on the attack. 16 now for Lamar. Nash creating. Grant Hill, a 3. Uncontested. Shortest spot on the floor. 73-68. Fish, the deuce. Derek's in double figures. They backed off, and that wasn't exactly a rhythm one, was it?
That's a tough one, too.
Gasol. A little jab. Up against Shaq. He had the space. And now Shaq took it away.
Why he didn't shoot it the very first time? Because he had the shot.
O'Neal on the trail. Throws it away. No. It'll be picked up by Bell. Hill again. Monovich wouldn't let him get into the paint. 8 on the shot clock for Amar'e Stoudemire. And he'll get to the line. The contact from Lamar. They had a running start. And Amar'e Stoudemire looks for the three-point play. They've absorbed each one of the Suns' runs. Now the mismatch. Can they get it to Kobe because he got Nash? LO comes through. Long two, 79-73. He is 7 of 13 with 18.
Verbiage.
So Kobe with the shot coming up. Clock down. Kobe on his way to the rack. Boy, it doesn't take much room, does it? Big bucket, 81-75.
Doesn't take any room for him.
Nash with Raja Bell. And Nash out of control. Loose ball, though. It'll be Amar'e Stoudemire. Look at the roll. So, real play. Lakers still up. 5-4. Radmanovich off the deflection. Setting it up. And Gasol, a high percentage one. 83-77.
Well, the Lakers got that man advantage when Amar'e Stoudemire fell down, and Lottie did the right thing.
No delay of game that time.
Now, they were wiping up the wet spot. Amar'e told him to stop and wipe it up.
Stoudemire denied, but nobody boxed out on the opposite side. It was Diaz.
They are interested in stops.
Behind the back, Gasol sharing it. Lamar blows it. Why didn't he slam it? Nobody was defending him. Wow. Nash gets by Derek. And on the trail, it's Diaz for the layup. What a swing that is. Instead of a 6-point lead, it's down to 2.
What a play again by Steve Nash.
Far after the play.
Nice play by Steve Nash. Now look at the spin and then the man cutting. They always have movement that makes it easy for Steve Nash.
382 despite shooting at a very high percentage here in the third. Kobe off the glass. He's got an answer, 85-82. 26 for Kobe. How about 10 of 15?
Answer is a little screen, but they step out and he just keeps going and ends up a little kiss off the glass for his 26th point of the evening.
Nash got around Fish. Afterthought on the shot, and it'll be saved by Nash, but right to Kobe. Lakers don't have numbers. Nash is behind the play, though. Kobe sizing things up. Finds Gasol. And Powell stays with the play. After the right didn't go, the left worked.
He tells Kobe, my bad. Cheated you out of an assist, but I got myself.
Kobe not settling for the 3 on the spin. And it's blocked away. Lamar hit the deck. But it goes to Diaz. Barbosa will crawl it home. And he'll get the foul.
And they call a foul on Derek. That'll be a timeout on the floor. First dead ball after the 3-minute mark. As Kobe has his shot deflected, and that puts the Suns in transition. And when they're in transition, you better put on your track shoes because they don't give you any time to react. Boy, get the 3-point play to the Suns. After they call the timeout and set up the play.
Shaq asked for it. Up against Gasol. Lamar shades. Shaq, little baby hook. It's even at 87. That is only his second basket of the game in 19 minutes. He's got 6 points and 6 boards. So they still have a foul to give. Lamar. Shaq coming over. And Lamar got him out of position. Waited for Shaq to go up. He was in the paint for a while, wasn't he?
I was going to say, they gave Lamar a real
benefit of the doubt.
A lot of leeway there, too.
2 with the basketball. Still shooting 51%. Kobe's got space now on the attack against Bell. He sees the shot clock. And what a silky stroke he's had all night. He's 11 of 17 with 28 points. Lakers by 4.
What a help and recover by Lamar that time.
On Diaz, but Diaz got him out of position for the layup. You knew Diaz wanted to go to the right hand, his strong hand. Ward, 41.8 to play. And a 2-for-1 potentially for the Lakers. Farmer. And the clock stopped.
Yeah, it started again.
Gasol wasn't paying attention to the clock, fortunately. Lakers by 4.
Well, I tell you, that clock
That's hard to believe. None of the three saw it, though. The three officials weren't aware of it at all.
They've got other things to be. They got 10 bodies out there to worry about.
Shaq on the pass. Found Boris Diaw. Do you need to double that game? 93-91.
I tell you, Shaq can pass the ball. He's proven that throughout his career.
Yeah. Lamar sets it up.
They got to go to work now.
Gasol got to get it up. And he will. Swings through the paint with the right hand.
Well, he's watched some Kareem Abdul-Jabbar film.
Beautiful hook to close the quarters of the Lakers. Go to the break. Up by 4.
Wow, that's called using all of your time and getting a hoop. As Powell says, what am I going to do? The clock says you better score, or at least shoot. He does both. We head to the fourth quarter. What a game we've got on our hands. The Lakers leading 95-91. It's going to be excitement galore in the final 12 minutes. Throwing it.
So the Suns have it to start the fourth. It'll be Grant Hill in his range. And he makes it a 2-point game. So they have to play this line down the timeout. A weak side rub for Grant Hill.
And Kobe gets his first rest to start the fourth quarter. How long will he be out? We'll have to wait and see what this group does in his absence.
Lamar, the only starter on the floor right now. Farmar, Torrio, Sasha, Brody not ready. And Stoudemire will save it on the turnover. So in the pick and roll, tried to go back. And Grant Hill saves a turnover. And I thought he was going to tie it up. It looked automatic. That's his shot. So a break for the Lakers. Luke on the run. Stopped by Bell on the spin, though. He's got the reverse if he wants it. And he'll get it. 97-93. He's really sealed the man.
Real nice job of changing speed. He acted like he was going to just stop and wait for all of his teammates, and then he changed speed.
Barbosa arches it. He had to. And Stoudemire creates a second chance opportunity. 13-6 in that category.
Amari has been killing the Lakers on the glass, especially the offensive glass.
Stoudemire blocked by Torioff, and Rody gets it on the deflection. Lakers don't have numbers. Jordan Farmar with Sasha. Sasha, quick release. Sasha, a long deuce. 99-93, big bucket off the bench for Sasha. He's got 8. Timeout, Phoenix.
Boy, Sasha runs the spots, and Jordan finds him in a hurry. It doesn't take any daylight. If Sasha gets it in his hand, it's going up. Starts with the defense, though. Amari attacking. And the secondary defender, Ronnie Turioff, with the block, the control, and that sends it down the other way where Sasha says, watch this, Stu. Splash.
Still on the bench, DJ Strawberry is out there. And Stoudemire really looked impressive in his face-up game. He's got 26 points, 10 of 18 shooting, and it led the entire second half. Had an 8-point lead at the break. It'll be Roney, bidding close. He'll make him pay. Stoudemire got there late. A half dozen off the bench. Roney hasn't missed. In 8 minutes, he's 3 of 3.
It's a dangerous offensive team.
Diaw jumped it back out. And now Hill losing the handle. Kobe's got it with Roney. Kobe up against Diaw. The distance. You knew where he was headed. 105-97. Points off a turnover.
The defense is what the Lakers have to do.
Luke leaves it off Farmar. Big 3 for Jordan. Lifts out. Luke after it. And the loose ball picked up by Strawberry. Barbosa on the move. And the layup. That's where he's at his best.
Yeah. You get him in the open court, you got some major difficulties.
105-101 with 15 off the bench. Luke trying to create against the bigger man. Contact. And now it'll be a foul on Amari Stoudemire. Look at his fourth.
Well, Luke was trying to call a timeout. Wow, that's a break for the Lakers. Because Luke was calling timeout, and Amari gets called for a foul. So
we get it on Farmar. Jordan tries to. Look out. Barbosa from Strawberry. And he gets the layup. 105-103. That's 4 straight. And one of those tight.
One of the disadvantages of just blindly trying to save a ball.
Pick out of Maryland sold it perfectly. Here's an offensive foul. Pick and roll game. Stoudemire. Look out below. They're trying to get the Suns their first lead of the second half. It's a simple pick and roll that's burning the Lakers now, and it's not with Steve Nash on the floor.
That's because they're attacking off the screen and roll. They're not just waiting for the screen man to roll. The guy with the ball is really getting into the painted area, and then it's creating a real opportunity for the roll man as Amari hammers one down. Three-point opportunity. We're tied at 105 with Amari trying to separate.
He's got it. 106, 105. Kobe's out there. Lamar Odom's check back in along with Pau Gasol, Jordan Farmer in the backcourt, and Sasha. So they got Kobe at the three. They got to find Kobe up against DJ Strawberry, especially when he's got it at the post position. Inside of 10 of the shot clock. Sasha off the window. The machine cradles it home. Lakers regain the lead. He's got 10.
Didn't settle for a jumper. He attacked the paint as if he'd been doing that throughout his career.
Inside of 7 to play in regulation. Kobe brings the double. Still 14 on the clock. Over Strawberry. Kobe rattles it home. Lakers by 3, 109, 106, 34 for Kobe.
Nobody accepts the challenge or a challenge more effectively than Kobe does.
Pick and roll. It'll be Shaq. They played Stoudemire. They freed up Shaq. 1-point game.
Steve Nash stole that one. He made that one look like a shot all the way. That was a pass, obviously, for the big fella.
Gasol. Back to Kobe with the rookie on him. And over Strawberry. The three and a deep one. 112, 108.
So you want to guard him, huh?
He's coming up with all the plays tonight. He's got 37. Now we've got a lot of time left. Nash inside with the left hand. Gasol and Lamar battle. It'll be Lamar. So a huge board after the miss. Gasol, nobody's there. Powell will slam it home. He likes it a little. He's got an opportunity for a three-point play.
You have to like the emotion. I have to like the emotion. Powell is normally very stoic in his actions, but after that one, he showed a little bit. The long pass from Kobe, the flush and one. How'd you like it, Powell? Just made a very nice play. Kobe recognizes that he's free. The pass, the flush, the reaction. Powell, did you like it? Sasha, what are you doing? Don't hurt him. Well, that's the way to extend, though. I mean, he extended, and two guys, one of which was Amari Stoudemire, ends up on his backside. So Powell will go to the free throw line for the first time in the contest.
For the first half, he drove us late because he has 3 fouls. He had 3 fouls. Powell, good stroke. So Gasol, 25 points on 12 of 18, and there is his first free throw attempt. By 7.
Lakers have 3 scorers tonight. They can have 3 scorers every night. They're going to be very difficult to handle.
Stoudemire tried to reverse it. Shaq will get and clean it up. So Shaq in 25 minutes has 10 points and 7 boards after the miss by Stoudemire. Stoudemire. Fish. Trying to poke it away. Nash has been a tough guy offensively tonight, looking for his own shot. Shaq now going down. And working a little mid-range one. 115, 112. He's 5 of 7 from the field after the make. Shot clock short on Kobe. He'll go up over Bell. Kobe over Raja. And across he goes to Barbosa. So Shaq has the last 6 for the Suns asking for it. Up against Gasol. Rejected by Kobe, and they'll call goaltending.
I don't know about that one.
That was very close.
Yeah, that was very close.
1-point game. 4+ to play. What a swing. And it's been a game of runs. Kobe held up by Bell. Still gets to the rack. He takes it home.
Bell is down. I don't know what the injury is, but he is down.
As he'll get it right back into the hands of Kobe on the handoff. 6 of the shot clock. He's got space on Hill. He may want to elevate right there, and he will with the 16-footer. Kobe comes through the clutch. 119, 115, as Kobe has 41 points.
Sound surprised.
115. So much at stake in this game. Kobe over Hill. Stays out that time. Soft touch. Without the drop.
Skipped across both areas of the rim. Oh, that's the illegal dribble.
And It's going to be a trip, they say. Kickball, actually. 14 in the shot clock. Make it 15.
I thought Stevie rarely turns it over in crunch situations. But
now, free throws for Steve Nash. Lakers out of fouls. That is the 5th on Derek Fisher. So that's the ultimate for the Phoenix Suns. They stop the clock. Send one of the best free throw shooters in the league to the strike.
Well, the inbound pass comes to Steve. Oh, boy.
As he comes through with 2. The Lakers have only taken 3 free throws. They have not been able to get the stride of the second half. Very beginning. Lakers had a 45-32 lead. That was the biggest of the game. Lamar, give and go. Right back at it. Crawls it in. 121-117. Biggest bucket of the game for LO. He's got 22 and 10.
That's the way you pass and cut. Nice dish by Powell and Lamar with a finish.
Get a stop here. Huge, but Nash on the move. Long. Sasha deflected. Fish has it. Coming up with Kobe. Kobe on the run. It's Pau Gasol on the finish. Lakers by a half dozen. 123-117.
Did you see Powell change ends? That ball was turned like that, and Powell beat everybody down the middle of the floor. And Kobe says, here, I see you. I might as well give it to you. And then the finish by the big fella. 1:15 left as the Lakers get the defensive board. Kobe with the dish, and Powell with the finish. 17, you can
last field goal for Steve Nash of the Phoenix Suns. So the stops have been there at the right time. Will it continue now? Pick and roll. And Amari Stoudemire. He's denied. Lamar's got the board. What a small got there.
Powell got there is right.
So the Lakers,
now you use up all of your clock.
Just take your time in the half-court set. A 6-point lead for the Lakers. This by far would be their biggest road win of the year. End of the shot clock. Gasol is tripped up. He'll go to the free throw line. Shaq on the foul. I hope Powell's okay.
Yeah, I think he's okay. Luckily, because the ball was free there for a second. Sure, the team that outscores you always wins, but you need to rely on your defense every once in a while.
Pressure was on. Gasol calmly steps to the line, gets to 125-117. Nash with Stoudemire. Don't foul. And also get it to the right free throw shooter. Sasha's one up with Derek Fisher.
Just get it across midcourt first. Use it all up, Sasha.
Surprised. They're not going to try to lengthen the game. Going to the right guy. Inside of 10 on the shot clock.
Ooh.
Dangerous pass. And Sasha's going to shoot 2. But if they foul, why did they foul early?
Well, I don't think they wanted to foul. They ended up fouling because of the just bad defense. They didn't want to foul. They had a 1-point lead. Seemingly he was instrumental in having the answer.
Sasha puts down 2. He's in double figures for the 7th time over the last 10 games. He's got a dozen. Nash, let him go. Stoudemire. I think he can get up there. Get it into the shooters. And Sasha is fouled with 14.3 to play. So the Lakers take the lead in the Pacific Division.
Well, that's where you would like to wall off a star. Well, his shooting has been instrumental, and then he really harasses people defensively. Really works hard on that end.
129-121. Nash gave up the dribble. Stoudemire for a 3. That'll do it. One more time. D out. Gets the 3. Just get it in. Another foul. Kind of surprising with the Lakers up by 5. This reminded me of the Christmas Day game where it's not like the Lakers tried to push tempo. They won it 122-115, and there were swings, big swings in that game. Stu back at Staples Center. This game had that kind of feel.
This game from the outset. Stand up pose for the cameraman.
9 of 10 at the free throw line here in the 4th. Make it 10 of 11. And that'll do it. So the Lakers have taken the season series for the first time over the last 4 years from the Phoenix Suns. And Kobe Bryant in the middle of things as usual. Big games, though, from Lamar Odom and Pau Gasol. The Lakers had 5 in double figures as we check in with John Ireland. John,
Thanks. I'm with Pau Gasol. You haven't been fortunate enough to win a playoff game in this league. So is that win, what we just saw, as good as it gets for you, at least so far?
As close as it gets. As close as it gets, of course. It was a tough game, and I think both teams played pretty aggressive and pretty good. And we got away with the win.
In the end, they did a good job of coming back. You guys pulled away. What kind of decided it in the fourth quarter?
I think we executed on offense. We went hard to the hole. We didn't settle much. And then on the defensive end, we came out with stops and big rebounds.
You are now in first place in the Pacific Division. 2 weeks ago, you were in last place. What's that feel like?
It feels good. It feels good, but we want to continue to get better, continue to win, continue to grow, and go from there.
How you feeling physically? Obviously, this is back-to-back. The last time the back-to-backs kind of wore on your back physically. How do you feel tonight?
I felt really good. I felt, going up and down kind of loosened me up a little bit, and I was pretty comfortable with myself tonight.
Thanks for the time. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
That's Pau Gasol. Back to you.